Good morning, home RV mechanics. This morning we're going to service our water heater. They say best practices is to service your water heater in your RV each and every single year. Well, I guess I've been a bad boy. I stand here before you without shame and admit, in the 5 years I've owned this rig, not one time have I ever serviced this thing. So I don't know what I'm going to find when I open this thing up. I saw a video of a guy who hadn't serviced his in 3 years, and what he found inside wasn't pretty. Your water heater has a steel tank, and as you run untreated water through that tank, the water tries real hard to rust the tank. Well, the manufacturer has come up with an ingenious solution. They have a rod that they put in there, and it attracts all the corrosion. There's two types of rods. One's made out of aluminum and the other one's made out of magnesium. In my research, I found that the aluminums last the longest. The magnesium ones, they say, don't last very long at all, about 3 to 6 months, and they're gone. And then the corrosion eats them right up. So I don't want to have to change them any more often than I have to. So I bought a rod, and let's open it up. See what the old rod looks like. I don't expect to find anything of the rod left. And I bought a tool to flush out the tank, and then we'll put in our new rod and give it a test. So this thing's not going to change itself. So let's stop all this jaw jacking and get to it. Alright, so here's all my parts. This is my rod. It's solid. It just has a nut on the end of it. And I got a special tool here to go into the hole this thing came in and wash out the inside of the tank. And I got my wrench. Okay. And the wrench here, it does fit my size. Alright, it's a pretty good size wrench. 1 1/16. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, so you just open this thing up here. Now you'll notice okay. Now one thing you want to make sure you do before you open this thing up, make sure your water pump is turned off inside your coach, and mine is, and make sure if you have a hose connected to city water, that's turned off, and mine's disconnected. Because you don't want to open this thing up and get blasted in the face with a lot of water. Man! Oh! Man, whoever put this thing in, he thought his job mattered. Alright. Let's give this a try. Oh, man. They must have let the 300-pound gorilla in the crew put this thing in. A lot of guys don't understand when it comes to liquids and stuff. The fasteners is not what seals it. It's either the Teflon tape or an O-ring or gasket or whatever. It doesn't have to be all that tight. Snug is fine. It takes some guys a while to learn that. Oh. Ooh. There's what... This white stuff, that must be my rod. Okay, so got my wand on here. Uh-oh. Oh, this wasn't going to work. working? Yeah. You know, because of the shape of this thing, I wonder if I ought to be cleaning, flushing this with vinegar and water. And I noticed when I ordered my rod, of all the different water heaters they got 6-gallon and they got 10-gallon. I think there's a bigger one too, 15 or 12 or something. They all use that same rod. See, I would have thought that, trying to get right here at that white stuff that was right around the entrance. Of course, if I had any brains, you know, I'd be yeah. Well, it's a lot better than it was, that's for sure. It's not coming out as milky white as it was. You know, I need to mark just before the hook so I can keep from bringing the stuff out. Alright, that seemed to be all it takes. Thought I saw some of that stuff on the end there. No, I guess not. No, wait. There's some of that white stuff right there, but it doesn't seem to be coming off. No, it's not coming off. It did earlier, it's not now. I don't know, maybe they painted the inside of the tank white, what do I know? Alright. If I can remember how you do this. I used to do this at work a lot. Yeah, most of that's not worth a damn. It's all stretched. So what you want to do, put it on there, and then rotate it. Oh, there we go. Teflon tape, the plumber's friend. Before they made this stuff, there was all kinds of goop and cans you had to put on. I used to work on cars with my old man, and this stuff made by Permatex company was famous. It's a good sealer. God, was it nasty. And cleaning it off was a son of a bitch. God damn it. That stuff is nasty. Okay, there we go. Now what you do, you turn it counterclockwise, like the untightening direction, so that when you tighten it, this stuff will stay on. If you do it in the tightening direction as you turn this on, it'll just unwrap it. Okay, so put this thing in here. There it goes. Now we take our little wrench here, and all we got to do is snug it. That's fine. Okay. I was going to say job done. Well, not exactly. I'll make sure we... Where's that? Oh. There we go. Close that. All right, so let's fill this thing full of water and test this thing. Make sure it doesn't leak. We don't want to find out it's leaking in the next campsite. Okay, so let's, oh yeah, so hear that? So it's pushing that water out. I guess we ought to leave that open, waiting for the tank to fill. And it must be filling even though the water heater's turned off, because because I can hear it running, and we heard the air. It's compressing the air in the empty tank. How long does it take to fill 6 gallons? Shouldn't take that long. I'll show you a trick. When you're hooking up your water in your campground, you know how every time right after you hook up, you got to go in and you got to flush the water out of each and every single spigot? Well, here's a trick how to avoid that. Turn your tank adjustment there. Turn it on to tank fill. Then turn your water on. And then the air will go into your tank. Let it run for just a little bit. Then turn it off. And then pressurize your system. Oh, I'm sure there'll still be a little bit of air in your line, but not like before. Boy, sometimes I've been at campground, boy, it just takes forever. You got to waste so much water. It's the campground's water. I don't give a damn about wasting the water so much, but I get tired of filling my tank. That means I got to dump my tank all the sooner. I'm in a habit of leaving my tank hose disconnected. Well, I guess that's from years of working where I didn't have the time to take a week's vacation. We just go out for 2 or 3 or 4 days. So I'd fill the tank because you want your tanks has as much water in them as you can, and then when you dump it, it flushes everything a lot better. And I would dump my tanks on the way out of the park, but anyway, that's just something else I did. Okay, so here's what's left of my rod. So apparently, whatever that was, aluminum or magnesium, looks like it's gone. And on the nut here, you can see that they put a little bit of this white tape. Now white is for water, and remember, you're in the hardware, you ever see that yellow Teflon tape? That's for petroleum. So gas lines, oil lines, gasoline, diesel lines, that's what you use the yellow for. Alright, so this thing has really had it. At least there is a metal rod in the middle. I didn't think it would have one. Alright. Okay, so I've run the water heater for a while, no leaks. So I guess we're working okay. And up there too, your pressure relief valve's not dripping or anything. Okay, campers, so that takes care of this project here. So we'll try to be a good boy and try to do it again about this time next year. All right. Happy trails.